You know, everyone's looking for that one secret to getting rich. We buy the books, we watch the videos, all of us hunting for that hidden trick. But what if the most powerful system wasn't hidden at all? What if it was just some good old school wisdom from a guy who quietly made millions, way before the internet was even a thing? Okay, let's dive into the fascinating world of J.F. Straw.
So this quote from Straw's dad, it's basically the key to his entire philosophy. Forget about secrets. He believed the problem isn't that knowledge is hidden, it's that we just don't happen to know it yet. See, once you learn something, it's still just a secret until you actually do something with it. So the real question isn't what's the secret, it's what am I not doing?
To really get Strom's method, you got to understand his distinction between two really important concepts: information and knowledge. Information? That's passive. It's just knowing that 2 plus 2 equals 4. You can memorize facts all day long, right? But knowledge? Knowledge is active. It's the practical application. It's knowing you can't add 2 apples and 2 oranges and get 4 apples.
And it all boils down to this super simple formula. This was the engine behind his whole career. Information is basically worthless until you add one critical ingredient: use. Action is what turns a useless fact into powerful money-making knowledge. It's the bridge from knowing what to do to actually doing it.
And look, the stakes for not taking action, they're incredibly high. Straw argues that most businesses don't fail because they're missing good information. I mean, the rules for success are out there for anyone to find. They fail because they don't apply that information. They never turn it into knowledge. And that's where countless great ideas go to die.
Okay, so here's the pivot. This is the central question that unlocks his entire system. Just think about it for a second. Where would you rather spend your time and energy? Chasing 1,000 people who are all trying to sell something, or focusing on 100 people you know are ready to buy? The answer seems obvious, but believe me, most people get it completely backwards. And boom, there it is. This was the big aha moment for Straw. Sellers are a dime a dozen. They're everywhere, desperately looking for someone to sell to. But a known buyer, someone whose needs, whose quantities, whose price points you already understand, that is pure gold. They don't need to be sold to. They just need to be notified. So stop looking for things to sell and start finding people who buy. So how do you actually do this? Well, you give yourself a new job title. You're not a salesperson. You're not a broker. You are a procurement specialist. And this isn't just some fancy name. It's a total shift in your mindset, moving from pushing products to solving problems for other businesses. And this is what a procurement specialist does. You go to businesses and you offer them a completely free service. You say, look, I find great deals on the exact things you're already buying. You're not asking for their money. You're offering to save them money. I mean, who's going to say no to that? This free offer is the key that unlocks the door to the most valuable information a business has. So what's the playbook? It's a pretty simple 5-step process. First, you identify potential buyers. Any local businesses will do. Second, you reach out with your awesome free service offer. Third, you follow up with a professional sales letter. Fourth, and this is the magic right here, you get them to fill out a free listing form. And finally, step 5, you just find the deals and match them to your list of known buyers. Easy. You know, this wasn't just some theory for Straw. He had a very specific, very real set of tools he used every single day to make this system work. So let's actually take a look at the exact documents that built his fortune.
The first tool is the sales letter. But here's the twist. It's not selling a product, it's selling a free service. Its one and only job is to get the potential buyer to trust you enough to share what they need. It's professional, it's direct, and it offers pure value with zero obligation. This is how you get your foot in the door.
Okay, but this form? This is the absolute heart of the entire operation. It gets the buyer to tell you 3 simple things. What do you buy? How much of it do you buy? And what do you pay for it? When a business fills this out for you, they are literally handing you a roadmap to their wallet. They are telling you exactly how to make money from them. Now, once you find a deal that matches what's on one of their listing forms, you send this, a notification letter. See, you're not persuading or convincing. You are simply informing. Hey, you told me you buy widgets for $10. Well, I found them for $8. Here are the details. The sale is practically automatic at that point. Now, obviously, those million-dollar deals don't close every single day. So while he was waiting for the big fish, Straw had a system for generating consistent weekly income, what he called his bread and butter money. This is what kept the lights on and the business moving forward.
And the potential here was pretty significant. Straw claimed he could pull in up to $1,000 a week with these smaller, faster deals. Now, you have to remember, back in his day, that was an absolute fortune. This just proves the system works on every scale, from quick cash flips to those huge, life-changing deals.
And he was super versatile with it. For example, he'd find small lots of closeout merchandise and actually pre-sell them to his known buyers before he even bought the inventory himself. Or he'd place products in retail stores on consignment, something called rack jobbing, where he only got paid after the item sold. Super low risk, but steady, reliable cash flow.
Straw wrote this manual as his last hurrah, his way of passing on everything he and his partners have learned over the years. He ends it with this simple, really powerful challenge. The information is no longer something you don't happen to know. The only question left is, will you use it?